What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Black Tea Reviews. So today on Black Tea Reviews, we're going to talk about Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. And oh my god, I'm so excited to talk about this show. Like, it's so amazing. It's like one of the best Netflix shows right now. The best animated Netflix shows, hands down. As far as anything I've watched so far, it's beautiful. Everything about the costume design and the visuals and the puppets and the detail work that went into it, the craftsmanship, the teamwork, like, it's just a beautiful story. And I even, like, after I finished watching the entire season, I went on Google and I looked up how this show was made because I was just so impressed. I was so fascinated. It was better than a lot of big budget films that I've actually seen so far. Spoiler alerts. I will be spoiling this entire episode. I will be spoiling this entire season 1 of this show. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, you might as well go now because I'm spoiling it. A Netflix original show about this place called the Land of Thra that is being controlled by these lizard creatures called the Skeksis. The Skeksis are like lords of the Gelflings. And the Gelflings are like fairy elf creatures, and the Skeksis are also lords to all the other creatures of Thra, including the Podlings, who are like the poor people. And the Skeksis, they steal from this powerful crystal of truth that everybody lives by in Thra, and its source. And eventually, because they sacrificed his girlfriend, Rianne, Rianne is this Gelfling guard. He finds out because he was with her when they actually found her, and he tells everyone. So they're on this mission to basically stop the Skeksis, and they eventually go to war. One thing I want to talk about first is the detail. The details, I love the variety of puppets that they had, from the Gelfling fairy puppets down to the Podling poor looking dusty puppets, down to the creatures, the dog puppets, to the bird. Everything was just super detailed. It was super detailed. The aesthetics of this show was so freaking beautiful. I cannot even push enough how beautiful the visuals were. Even down to the makeup. They put makeup on these dolls. They molded these dolls. You have to think about the person who made the dolls. The people actually who got together as a team and made this doll happen and put together the prop and the aesthetic of the whole thing. They even have makeup on the doll to make it look so real. And these are like beautiful dolls. Down from the pretty, they're just beautiful the way that they were created. They even show the crease lines in a lot of the character dolls. Like, you can really see the realism in their face. They have defined noses where you can see the outline of their nose. Have wrinkles in their forehead, wrinkles in their face. All of them look different. Every single Gelfling looks different, even though they're all technically the same types of people. They all have different features. So the fact that whoever put this together had to take the time out to make individual types of Gelflings, it's freaking genius. Like, I only wish that I could have been on set to see everything live. I found out that puppets were actually handmade puppets, which makes it even more great. Like, wow, handmade. You have to think about how many hours they put in to even make this. They need their credit. Everybody that played a part in this needs their credit. So it was said that they pretty much used the same design and the same people from the original movie, because this is actually an original movie that came out, I think, in the 1900s or something. And that's actually on Netflix. I didn't watch the original movie, but the series based off of that, and it's just revamped and it looks better because, you know, we have better technology in this time, but they definitely still stuck to their roots. And I think that's what really made this show so incredible, because they're stuck to their roots, but they also enhanced it and made it better. Had a lot of props. Most of the props were handmade, like billions and billions, hundreds and thousands of different types of props. Over 3,000 artificial plants. Wow. That's amazing. So I definitely did get some Game of Thrones vibes, you know, from the storyline, how they have lords and ladies and princesses and poor people, and how everything was hierarchy. You definitely got those vibes. And I even found out after I finished watching the series that there were a lot of voice actors who were actually on this series, and I was like, it makes so much sense. That's so awesome. That's so cool. Of course, you can't tell. They had Cersei was actually on there. They had one of the other voice actors. I forget her name, but I remember she was related to Lady Othra. That old lady who was like a straight boss in God. The guy from Keegan, I believe, was a voice actor. They had some other people who were voice actors who you really wouldn't expect to have been voice actors on this. And the way that they manipulated their vocals, like, this whole show, honestly, it needed an Oscar. I know it's a Netflix series, but like, it's that good that I feel like it needs an Oscar. Like, it needs to be rewarded in some type of high up ranked way because it was so freaking good. As a matter of fact, I will even go so far as to say I feel like if it was out in the theaters, it probably would have been overlooked because it was so good, which is really unfortunate. But it was better than a lot of action films I've seen, a lot of animated films that I've seen that are big budget films. Like, dang, I wish I could have been a part of this. I wish I could just go on set and just watch everything like a kid at a candy store. That's what I feel like I would be like if I was on set seeing this live. Even got some Avatar vibes. I believe the Dawsons, which was the puppets that had like the blue and purple looking face. They were kind of like a mixture of Gelflings, but they had longer, pointier elf brown, ears, white, and they had the long, wide eyes. So all of that was just giving me Avatar vibes. The makeup looks were giving me Avatar vibes. The braided long hair was giving me Avatar vibes. It was giving me Queen Khaleesi's vibes. Actually, one of the princesses was giving me Queen Khaleesi's vibes in different aspects, especially the delusional sister who just went mad and went crazy after her mom died, and even before that she was like tripping, and it's like, they killed your mom. The Skeksis killed your mom. You need to be working with your family, working with everybody else to get them out of here, and not trying to go against everyone because you want to be the ruler of everything. I definitely was getting Khaleesi vibes from that, and I'm pretty sure if they didn't take elements from that Game of Thrones took elements from them, because this was out before Game of Thrones technically, because the movie was out first. But I definitely got those vibes, and they might have just morphed that from that and got some influence from that. But yeah, all in all, it was great. It was great. I loved every moment, every minute of it. Also, with the Skeksis, I really, really, really wanted to know if they were puppets. Not puppets. I really, really wanted to know if the Skeksis were being controlled how all the other puppets are being controlled, which is basically, you know, they put them in their hands, they raise the level of the camera screen up, which I all assumed while I was watching it, because in different scenes, they're not actually walking, or if you see them walking, it'll pull back a little bit or not completely show the bottom part of it, or if it does show the bottom part of it, they're really good at making it seem like that the puppets are walking away. But like certain scenes, of course, you can tell that it's puppets when it's like the fight scenes. But I basically was looking at the Skeksis while I was watching the series, and I was like, I think the Skeksis, there are people actually in these puppets, and I did see a couple clips of people in the puppets, but I don't know if they just wore it while they was putting the makeup on, but I assume that there had to be moments in this show where people dressed up with the whole costume, because it looked like it was an entire costume aesthetic in that. It looked like it was heavy. It looked like there were people in the Skeksis like costumes operating and moving around. Also a part as far as detail goes where the backgrounds look super real, and I'm just like, I know it's computer generated, I know they're like but they look so photogenic that I'm just like, is this real or what? Like, it's very good. The visuals are really, really good. They look really real. They appeal to me as a viewer. And I honestly believe that Thra was this real magical place that I could go. Podlings, and just, it's beautiful there. Like, the visuals convince me that this place is real and I want to go there. Detail that I noticed was the eye movement. So whenever the ears move, the eyes move, and whenever the eyes move, the ears move. So, you know, that's definitely connected in some way. And they had a lot of like facial features, and I did watch in the video the creator of the show. She did mention that she wanted to do more with that on this show as compared to the movie. She wanted to enhance the facial expressions. They really did a good job with that. You could see like when they were surprised and they had different reactions. Even the voice matched up with the characters. It wasn't like weird or awkward or anything. When the character puppets moved their mouth, you could hear the voices coming out, and it just all aligned completely together. They chose a great cast, and they chose the right people to put this together. I wanted to cry tears of joy when everybody unified at the end and came together to go against the Skeksis. Definitely activated a sense of sadness within me, and they did a good job at doing that, and a good job at emulating human emotions and human character emotions, human personalities, just embodying that entire thing. So there was a part at the end, as far as the emotion stuff go, where it kind of went a little dark. As far as characters go, I love I love Hup. That is one of my little angel characters. That character is so adorable. It's supposed to be like one of these poor podlings, but he wants to be, I believe, like some sort of guard, and he just protects Deet the entire time, even with his spoon. He's like the cutest little thing ever. I love Deet. I love that, actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that, what is her name? Missandei. It was Deet's voice character, and that just made me love Deet even more. I was like, awesome. And poor Rian, he lost everyone. He lost his girlfriend, he lost his dad, he even lost his friend. When he had characters, really were characters I felt attached to, specifically Rian and Deet. I really love those two characters, and I love Hup, like I said. And one other character who I really loved was Mother Agra. It's like the GOAT. She is the OG Mother of Truth. I love her character because like she was like this older woman. She was like super wise, and she wakes up and she finds out that what she did, she felt like it was wrong, because she should have never trusted the Skeksis and took off and left, you know, her home, Thra. And I just love the fact that she's like portrayed as this like crazy old woman, and sometimes they call her a witch and no one believes her, but like at the end she's the one who's right. She knows this stuff. She's wise. She's been around for thousands of years, and the end, like, it's basically like, I told you so. And I just love that she's very humorous and she's very caring. She really cares about Thra. She really cares about the Gelflings, even the ones who like were shady. Even when the girl was acting crazy and like going against everyone, she still pitied her. She still felt sorry for her. She still cared. At the end of the day, she loved them as a mother should always. And that just solidified the entire message, and everything would just made it more even beautiful. Now you would think like this is a kid's show and kids could watch this, and I thought so. You know, I actually, like I said, I didn't watch the original film, but I did look at it, and it said that it was a children's story. I looked at this one. I didn't see that if it was. I didn't see the word like children can watch this. Basically, it's a children's show. But I know the original movie was. There were parts in the series where I was like, this is not a children's show. This is One was the mom's death. The fact that she even died on the show, I was like, I don't know, is it safer? They showed her and they showed kind of her blood and her guts out. You know, you could see that little like pool of what was supposed to be blood. It was kind of purple. Then there was another scene where like they had the Skeksis kind of whip their thing out and pee. It didn't show it, but the Skeksis basically peed outside. It took it so far as to have the Skeksis basically rolling up a blunt. And he had these leaves and these rocks, and he was about to roll up until I believe Mother Aura pulled up on him or somebody approached him, and he dropped everything. And I was like, okay, this is definitely not... there's definitely a couple scenes in here that's like, I don't know if parents will want their kids to watch this. I guess depending on what type of parent you are. But I don't know if it's like really steered for kids to watch. As a young adult, I enjoyed it. I liked watching it. I enjoyed this whole entire show. It was a great show. Beautiful ending, beautiful message, beautiful storyline, plot, characters, development. I loved everything. I loved how they put this together. They're freaking genius. And I felt so inspired as a writer when I watched this. Like, I want to go out and make some amazing like visuals and animation like this, because this is like next level. This is so good that you would probably be thinking, is this supposed to be on Netflix? I don't know. Yeah, I watched the video and they said that they were given a budget. They were giving money basically for this, commission for this, and I was like, they had outdid that. There definitely looks like it's gonna be a season 2. I mean, especially if more people watch it. So I'm gonna need y'all to watch this, and I look forward to seeing a season 2. I want to see a season 2. It's such a really good, it's a masterpiece. This show is a freaking masterpiece, and it really needs not be overlooked, honestly. And Netflix has been coming out with some pretty good stuff on the low, but this is really like next level. This is a masterpiece show, and more people should watch it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've seen this show and you enjoy it and you think it's brilliant as much as I do, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share this video with everyone who watches this show, because we need more people to watch this show so we can get a season 2. I'm gonna just wrap that up now. So before I go, if you would like to get a copy of this Reign series, it is about a group of young adults who are in a psych ward, who are trying to figure out why they're in this psych ward, and they get this new counselor. He's trying to figure out why they're in a psych ward, and he slowly learns that a lot of them have abilities, and everything is not what it seems in that place, and there are a lot of lies being told, and there are a lot of illusions being contorted. There are a lot of illusions being contorted and messed around in that place, and he has to get the heck out of there, all the while trying to figure out who he is and some other mysteries. Like I said, I'm really big on detail, and I really did put a lot of detail into this, and it is a psychological thriller and a horror book. And if you enjoy psychological horror books, especially being that Halloween's about to come up, it is a thick read, but I promise you will enjoy it. You can read the back cover to get a little insight about it. You can also click the link below, and it will send you to the website where you can read a little bit of chapter 1. And I will see you all next time for the next review. So peace out.